we would lose. There, people who play Tau, okay, they deserve to lose friends. Like Tau might not be as bad as they used to be, but they were pretty fucking bad for a while there.
Wave, what was the big battle suits?
The Riptide.
Yeah,
that fucking thing was bullshit in a goddamn shit sandwich. Just fuck that thing.
It was the bullshit in the shit sandwich?
Yes. It was a shit sandwich with a side of goddamn shit. I don't even have a word for it. So the moral of the story is fuck Tau players.
Yeah. Okay, so a nice friendly game where we curb stomp our friends.
Yeah, like I said, make it like a one-off thing where we just do it once and then never do it again because fuck.
Yeah. All right, fair enough. But
we would have to actually get them because I've only got the 3 war bikes.
Yeah. All right, so you'd playing through the orcs, you'd want your bikes and you'd want your power claw, of course. But like, is there anything that like really stands out, like wargear wise or relics, or is there anything special?
Playing as a big mech would be with a shock attack gun. That would be badass. Okay, so for anybody who's not familiar with orcs, there's an HQ unit you can take called a big. Well. Okay, so Joe had to take a call. Continuing what I was saying, one of the weapons you can get for the big mech is called a shock attack gun. Now, the little gremlin things that I've been punching, those are called grots, or grots for short. Their actual name is wretched, but semantics. Anyway, the shock attack gun, what this thing does, it actually has a little vacuum tube on one end that will that the big mech can use to hoover up the grots inside the gun.
I thought they used snotlings for that.
They might? No, you're right. They totally use snotlings. Yeah, snotlings are like grots, but even shittier.
Yeah, they're like all of what, 2 feet tall?
Yeah, something like that.
You know you know what? It's that little gremlin that Bugs Bunny always tried to chase around. That was always disassembling his airplanes and giving him hammers to hit big shells with. Except
also more stupid, because snotlings are basically like they're barely even sentient. But anyway, so they hoover the snotlings up inside the gun where they're used as actual ammunition. What the gun does is it opens a portal into the warp, and here we go.
Oh, power axe.
Yep.
That's just a normal power axe, actually. You know what?
Oops.
I know.
Oh, that's swapping.
Yeah, no, okay. You know, now I know what a weapon. But go on.
So anyway, what this gun does is it opens a portal in the warp, or a tunnel through the warp between the gun and the target. It sends the snotlings through the warp into the target where they will teleport either inside like a vehicle or inside somebody's armor or body. Now, because they're going through the warp, and the warp is essentially just functionally hell, the snotlings are justifiably terrified by this. And their response to any kind of fear stimulus is to begin defecating uncontrollably while lashing out and clawing and biting anything nearby. So basically, imagine that you're in a tank, you're rolling up, you're shooting some orcs, you're having a good time, and then all of a sudden this green little ball of shit and teeth just appears inside the tank cockpit with you and starts fucking everything up.
If you get really unlucky, it'll appear inside your body.
Yeah, it can actually, like, teleport inside your chest cavity with enough aim.
Yeah, and that'll screw up even Space Marines.
Yep.
I mean, a ball of shit and teeth chewing on both of your hearts.
Enjoy your infection if you survive this.
Yeah, no, not even the Space Marines advanced immune system can handle that. I don't think.
No.
Speaking of balls of infection, I just love, like, there's one Chaos God who's just perfect.
Oh yeah, Papa Nurgle.
Yes. And I was actually going through one of the books, and where a Space Marine from my chapter was actually exploring some old Eldar pyramid where they had a greater demon Nurgle trapped, a great unclean one.
Right.
And he was just, every wheeze and hack of his put these little globs of snot and excrement on the floor that would then animate into like little
into nerdlings, yes.
Is that what they are?
Yeah.
And they were all like the happiest, most jolliest little murderers ever.
Yep.
They were running around and like playing with the space, like literally like playing with the Space Marines, or trying to. The Space Marines didn't think it was very fun.
No, they weren't in the mood to play, I don't imagine.
Well, I mean, they were, having a pretty decent chat with the Great Unclean One.
Yeah.
He was really personable for,
For a greater demon.
Yeah. And I remember he was having a nice little chat with the Space Marines. Didn't even attack them at all. Well, I mean, except for the infection that he gave them all.
Right.
Because it was one hell of a virus. Like, it was a world killer.
Yeah.
And it infected even the Space Marines. Because they, of course, didn't have their helmets on because Space Marines.
Ooh, that is two knobs.
That was great. But, I remember Ragnar. Well,
he just ripped his fucking jaw off.
That's great.
Ow!
Anyway, Ragnar was sitting there talking to him, being all, you cannot win because we are the Emperor's finest.
Yeah.
And all that. Only, more Viking.
Finish him off.
Get him. Get him.
I've got him.
Right. Shit. Oh, that was
okay.
great.
That would have looked a lot cooler if the box hadn't been in the way.
It was still great.
Yeah.
How he just let go of it. It was still in his head.
Yeah.
But he pulls out his bolt pistol and he shoots this Great Unclean One in the head, which does all of nothing.
Yeah.
And the Great Unclean One looks down at him and says, "Why would you do that to me? Can't you see I'm not well?" and that was really where I was like, oh no, they're great. They're like murderous Santa Claus.
I still maintain, if I had, I would rather not worship or serve any of the Chaos Gods, but if I had to make a choice, it would probably have to be Nurgle.
It's gonna have to be Slaanesh for me. Because horrible things will happen to you regardless of where you go, but at least with Slaanesh you'll learn to like them.
Well, it's the same thing with Nurgle. Because the crippling disease is his blessing.
Yeah, but you actually, instead of enjoying it, you just don't feel anything.
Yeah. Papa Nurgle loves you.
He really does.
No, because he's literally the only Chaos God who cares about his subjects. If you're worshiping corn, you're a bag of blood and meat.
Because
if you're
doesn't care for whom the blood flows.
And if you're worshiping Tzeentch, you're just a pawn in this incomprehensible game of nth dimensional chess. If you're worshiping Slaanesh, you're a set of holes to fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you don't have enough, they will make new ones.
Yeah.
And ones that you've never even heard of. Holes that you didn't even know were inside of your body.
This conversation got weird.
Well, we're talking about Slaanesh.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what we got. We've got ammo.
I love ammo. Guns make holes in your body through which you can't party. Only blood and guts spill out.
Okay. I'm
sorry.
unfamiliar with that song.
I was watching American Dad.
Oh, look at this. Look at this fucking
I know,
architecture.
it's great. The chains that act as draperies.
The chains, the vaulted ceilings.
Yeah, no, it's wonderful.
This is a temple to science and machinery.
The Mechanicus. And
yeah.
It's.
Oh,
yeah.
they even got the. Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, that's great.
I love that shit.
Okay,
Mechanicus.
no. I know what weapon I'd want for my chapter to play around with.
What?
I don't know how they're going to get it out of Logan Grimnar's hands. But I want the axe Morkai.
That would be pretty great.
I mean, it's a demon axe.
Yeah.
Hell, it might be the only demon weapon in the chapter. And demon weapons are just the best.
Did that do anything? Oh, there we go.
There we go. I think they all had to be on the platform.
Yeah. Yes, Leandros and Sergeant What's-Your-Face.
But no, you were actually. I was asking if there were like any relics that the orcs have that are just awesome.
They may have. I think they've added some orky relics, but they didn't really have any until this new codex.
Yeah, because they've mostly assembled everything fresh, kind of. But it's nice having something old to use.
Look at that.
I know, and that's one of the smaller titans.
Yeah, that's a warhound.
Yeah, that's the smallest titan then.
Yeah, that's actually classified as a scout titan.
Yeah,
because this giant freaking multi-story Robot. Yeah, that's gonna scout ahead.
Well, if you think about Space Marine scouts painted bright yellow.
Yeah. No, I still love the one of the 4chan spawned chapters, the Reasonable Marines. And there's this one
who actually have camouflaged armor.
No, yeah, there's this one really great image of is that a servitor? That's totally a servitor.
That is not what I imagined a servitor would look like.
Well, they can. This is more like a heavy lifting one. Anyway, there's this one really great image. It's just a photograph of a forest, and it, like in the back, sort of behind some trees, they've photoshopped an ultramarine. And the caption says, "Depicted here are an ultramarine and a reasonable marine. Which would you be more likely to shoot first?"
I'd probably shoot the one who was smart enough to camouflage himself.
Except you don't actually. There is no other marine in the picture. Because the reasonable marine camouflaged himself, so you can't see him.
The reasonable marines, by way of being reasonable, are borderline heretics.
Yeah, kind of. It's well, it's sort of like the Blood Axes, the Blood Axe clan of the orcs, because they've actually adopted some human tactics like camouflage and, you know, not blindly charging into gun entrenched positions.
And that ain't orky.
Yeah.
You don't want to just die. Use ya. You're not even a grot. Yeah, no.
It's still one of my favorite quotes by the orcs is let's see. "Orcs is never defeated in battle. If we win, we win. If we die fighting, so it don't count. And if we run away, we don't lose neither. Because then we can come back for another go, see?"
Are you receiving it?
It really just speaks to the mindset.
Yeah.
But you said you actually got some relics now? You know what they are? Any of them?
One of them I think is just called like the Hurty Stick.
The Hurty Stick.
Yeah.
Oh, and I remember you've got the dead Chinese shooter now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're not really old though.
So I think we just called in some reinforcements. I wasn't really paying attention.
Old stuff. Now, every time you see orcs, you always see them with their smooth bore, like incredibly loud, like machine everything,
right?
Like fully auto everythings.
Right.
Do they not ever just loot Space Marines that they kill for their weapons? Because I have never seen an orc with a bolter.
Certainly. Well, it's you see the shooters because that's generally what they would make. But yeah, they'll totally loot any sort of weaponry.
Yeah, it's just you would think that you'd see an orc with like a plasma pistol every now and again, because that's flashy and shiny and they would love it.
Yeah.
Plus it could maybe kill you even better.
You could probably totally do like a converted orc army with Space Marine armaments and be like, yeah, so they've been fighting on the front lines with Space Marines. This, you know, such and such a chapter has been trying to hold back the Green Tide, and they've had a lot of stuff lost.